But you know it is, man. Two Cents to Change the Podcast. Your boy, as always, C.O. McLean.
It's your boy Melly Mel, man.
Already, man. Hey, man. Shout out to Instagram.
Yeah.
Shout out to Instagram. They've been fucking with us. I figured
Oh
out the
yeah.
algorithms.
They've been
You know,
rocking with it. They've been rocking with
yeah,
us, man.
figured
Been
out the
rocking with it.
algorithms on there,
Yeah.
man. So shout out to IG who been fucking with us heavy, man. We
Yeah.
gained, I think, about 100 and something followers off of that
Yeah.
one reel alone. Clap it up for us. We gained, 100
Yeah.
some plus followers.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
it put us in the milli. Right now we at 9.8 million views in
I
total,
mean, they
for the
got people
month.
following the regular page too. They following me. I feel like a celeb, like you know.
You gonna go out there and be like, oh, that's the bro from Two City. Just give it a nod, be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
how you gotta
Yeah.
do
You
them.
know. You know.
You know what I
You
mean?
know. You know. You
Give it
know.
a
You
nod, you know
know.
what I mean?
You know.
I mean, that's a regular for me, man. So, welcome. Welcome to the
Yeah.
sub-celebrity status.
I ain't gonna lie, I was pro when I went to the book signing. I was out there, had the shirt on. I'm like, yeah, I got the pod and all that. And people was looking at me like a word, like, and I was in the front of the line, like, yo, here's somebody important. I'm like, yeah, follow the page, man. Like, yeah, I was fresh out there.
Showed
Word
up.
up, word up, word up.
Showed up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Yeah, but shout out to everybody, on Instagram. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. TikTok is still
yeah,
TikToking. You know what I mean? Shout out to
yeah.
everybody on YouTube. YouTube. It's light, but we still on there on YouTube heavy. You know what I
Yo,
mean?
but
Doing
I
that.
mean, we last time I looked, we had 75 subscribers. So we jumped. We a slow grind, like my man Isaiah Thomas said.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Rome wasn't built overnight. You feel me?
Nah,
Wasn't built in
nah,
a day. So we
nah.
building Rome. We building an empire. You know what I mean? But man, oh yeah, shout out to our last week guest, man, our NBA agent,
Oh yeah.
WNBA agent, Mr. Mac. Shout out to
Yes, shout out
Mr.
to Mr.
Mac.
Mac. That was fun. And we're gonna get him back on again too. He wants to
Yeah,
come back on as well. So he was a great guest.
yeah,
And shout out
man.
to Ed
Dope.
Murrow too. You know what I'm
The
saying?
resident.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I gotta have a
Uh-huh.
shootout with Ed Murrow too. I'm gonna come down to NC. We're gonna have a shootout, man. Let's see if he still got the ratchet, man. He been chilling. Anybody ain't been in the gym, so I might could try to get him.
I don't know if you're gonna win that, bro. Good luck with that, though. Good
Yeah,
luck. I got all
you know.
faith in you. You know what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah. Yo. Remember, bro. Remember this, yo. Remember when we was rapping in the studio and dude was in there talking about he played for UConn. I'm like, you play for UConn? You
Oh
trash.
yeah,
Nigga, we was in the
Boogie.
parking
Yeah,
lot cooking.
yeah,
Yo, that's why I hate you. You know why I hate you? Because I was cooking him. Then you want to argue with me and fuck with me while I'm playing him. He came back and tied it, and then and then the game got pushed, and I ended up still winning. But I'm like, yo, like I'm cooking, and you want to go there and be like, oh yeah, talk
yeah.
shit to me and fuck. I
When?
was like, remember we was in the studio in Queens. I think it was in Queens, and remember you was making a track, and it was the producer was in there, and a dude, his man was in there. I'll never forget it, bro. I had on the hard denim Levi's with the Godzilla Barclays. I was chilling, and then I don't know how basketball came up, but he like, yo, and I'm like, yo, you know how I be. And then they like, yo, we can go to the park right now, the park right down the block. So we like, word? He had the ball and everything. I said, bet. So we stopped this session. Yo, we went to the studio. We went to the park. And it was dark out. He was tall,
Hey, when
light-skinned
the
nigga with
fuck was
braids.
this,
And I
bro?
was busting his ass. Yo, I wish I remembered what song you was doing. Because it was a minute ago, but it was like we was in a studio, and you record, you doing your thing, and I was his man's, and for some way, ball came up. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, nigga, you can't fuck with me. Like, you know what I mean? And then he played for UConn and all this. I'm like, what that mean? What that mean? And then we went, we walked to the park from the studio, and then we was in there. I was busting his ass. He didn't think I could play. I was busting his ass. Then me and you was doing it to fuck with me. Because you could fuck with me. And then he came back on me. And I'm like, fuck, man, listening to you. But then I still won the game because I locked in, and then I ended up busting. And then that was a long walk home for me. It was tight because he was taller than me and everything.
We
And then
were a studio in Queens.
I think it was Queens. It wasn't. We wasn't in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? But we was at the studio. I'll never forget it. We was at the studio.
Was it when I was with faculty?
I don't
with
think so.
Vance and them?
I don't think because it was just me and you, and then him and his man. So I don't. To be honest, I don't know if you was with faculty. I don't know because it was only me and you there, and then the producer and his man.
Damn, the only thing I could think of was with Mega. With
I,
Mega,
I
damn,
don't
I
know,
don't know.
but his man's
Damn.
got cooked by your boy. You
Oh,
know.
well, shit. Shout out to you for cooking his ass then, because I
You
don't
know,
remember
I
that shit.
had to cook him. You know what I'm saying? Now, see, now you taking the validity from my story. Cause they're like, yo, this nigga lying. Cause you
No,
know his
I
brother.
don't really. You know me and my
No,
memory,
not
bro.
you. But I'm saying in the
Oh,
public, they be like, yo, this nigga lying. His brother don't even
oh.
remember the shit. This nigga lying like
Or they gonna wash his back like, yo, his brother
yeah,
did that
he be like, yo, he's
shit.
lying. Well, yo, let's jump into the show, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, yo, man, we gotta start off, man, with my boy, the Cruz versus Roach. I want to start there, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, these judges gotta stop playing with this man's career. That's two big victories. Like, yo, and you know what I didn't like though? When the knockdown for him happened because he touched the canvas and
Mm-hmm.
Tank's one wasn't a knockdown. That makes the Tank Jake look even worse to me.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason why I won't say it looked worse because Tank didn't actually get hit when he took his knockdown. He took his on his own accord, as opposed to
But
when
it still
Cruz
touched
did
the
it.
canvas though.
Yeah, he did, you know, but
Like
even though it wasn't, you
everybody
know,
said it though. All of the boxers was like, yo, you taking a knee, that's a knockdown.
that's a
So
knockdown.
so
Yeah,
that's why it makes it look worse to me because it's like everyone was saying it was, even the top of the top.
yeah,
Shakur, everybody was like, yo, that's a knockdown. Like
right,
you went on your knee. And he touched the canvas.
right,
And it was a knock. So that's why I said that they gotta stop playing with Roach, man.
yeah,
That's two victories.
yeah,
That was like, come on.
yeah. Well, I want to say, well,
Yo, the Tank, if they would have counted that a knockdown, that fight's different.
yeah, is I mean, they both could have equally went either way, but
The knockdown changes it though, bro.
yeah,
If he
yeah.
being real. And then he outboxed Cruz for the punch stats and everything.
Yeah, it was what 191 to 159. The total punch
He
stat.
had him, and in power punches he had more. It was
Yeah,
like, yo, come on, man,
yeah.
come
I
on.
mean, yeah. Poor Roach. I got 2 draws on his record. I mean, if you look at that fight though, right? And I watched the fight in its totality because I wanted to
Okay,
make
yeah, so
sure,
yeah,
you
all right.
know,
I just watch
what
highlights. So you got the floor, bro. Talk
yeah,
about it.
I watched it in totality. I think in round 3, that's when Cruz hit him with the hook and knocked him down. And I think in like round 7 or 8, he got a point deduction because
Who got a
Cruz
deduction?
caught a
Okay.
point deduction, and that's what they saying kind of made it a draw. Because of the
Oh, okay.
knockdown and then the point reduction kind of made it a split.
Oh,
But watching the fight, and then like in the later rounds, I think like in the 12th round when it was like the 11th and 12th round in those rounds, it was like a lot of like there was instead
yo,
of
Lando, what's good? What's good,
instead of
Lando?
like Crawford, I mean, you know how when Crawford was fighting Canelo, and when he knew he
Yeah,
had to fight, he wasn't really going in there trying to go blow for blow with Canelo. He knew he had to
yeah.
fight. Let me just throw some punches, get up out of there. Roach was kind of like going in there towards the end of the fight, 11, 12 round, and trying to go toe-to-toe with Cruz, and Cruz was catching him with more power shots towards the end as opposed
Okay,
to throughout the
okay,
fight. You know,
okay,
so
okay.
to a person watching and to a judge, you're like, damn, you know, those late round last ding ding for the ding ding. Cruz caught some shots on him. It was like, oh
Okay.
shit, you
Okay.
know.
Okay. Okay.
But I'll say through like 4 to like 4 round from like from prior to round 3 was a knockdown. Then from
Mm-hmm.
4 to like 10, Roach was outboxing him because Roach figured it out. Okay, this is the style of fight I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight this way. Kind of
Mm-hmm.
figured Cruz out. But I
Yeah.
think that 11th and the 12th, the end of those rounds when he was trying to go blow for blow with Cruz, kind of, you should have just got up out of there because you know that you got the
Yeah.
fight won, and don't sit there and blow the blow with Cruz. I think, yeah, it was unfair to him, but in a
So you don't think it was really a draw?
Huh?
You don't really think it? You think Cruz won?
No. I think Roach did enough to win the fight, but because of the later rounds where he allowed Cruz to get some good power shots on him, kind of like, okay, made the judges say, yo, we're gonna make this a draw. You know, I think Roach should have just played it cool towards the 11th, end of the 11th, end of the 12th. Hold on, bro. My bad. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, man, my bro. His joint sounding crazy. Sound like a missile dropping. Yeah. Yeah. You know, he got to put the battery in, y'all. You know, so I got to keep y'all entertained. You know what I'm saying? He need the battery in. The battery in. But, you know, bring the commercials. You know, commercials for y'all, man. You know, commercial for y'all. You know, shout out, you know, entertainment. You got your boy Little Penny. Little Penny. Little Penny.
Okay, we back.
We back. Oh, Little
We
Penny was,
back.
you know, the commercial for halftime. Little Penny. I ain't Little Penny.
We back. But yeah, I
Yeah.
think you know, in those later rounds, I think that Roach kind of let Cruz get some
Okay.
one-ups on him on those later rounds, which
Okay.
kind of made it a draw decision. But you know,
Okay.
we talked about it previously. I was like, that's a tough fight for Roach to fight because of Cruz fighting style. That's
And
a
look
tough,
what Roach did. Roach got to
yeah.
salute Roach because he went in there with Tank, the knockout artist, and Cruz. And it's like, Roach
Mhm.
could fight, man.
Yeah, he can
But
fight.
I think that his team and everything, they gotta like. I love Roy Jones, but they
Hmm.
gotta go in it with the Antonio Tarver approach. His next
Hmm.
fight, like, nah, I'm not somebody to fuck out with. It's like it ain't going to the judges, like, because
Right.
these is two fights that was a draw.
Hmm.
And it's not a knock, but he gotta have the mentality like, yo,
Hmm.
yeah, like whoever I fight next, it's a wrap
Hmm.
type of deal. So yeah,
And
shout
that
out to
was for
Roach though.
the interim, you know, super lightweight title.
Yeah,
Obviously with the draw, Cruz gets to retain that title. And Cruz, because Roach was like, yo, you know, in terms of rematches, he was like, yo, he felt that he was robbed. You know, he won a rematch.
yeah.
He felt like he didn't get a fair shake. Cruz felt like, you know, he won. He said he'll do the rematch only if they get a different referee because he felt like the referee wasn't calling it fair. So both sides kind of have their reasonings on why it should be a rematch, and I don't know. I mean, the world would like to see the rematch. Let's see if it will happen because Cruz necessarily doesn't have to fight him since he still retained his belt. He could go on and see who he could fight next. But this is
That's a
left to the
champion.
people.
Cause,
Yeah.
cause Floyd did the same thing
Mhm.
with Medina. He like, word, y'all think that he beat me?
He beat me.
Rematch, all
Yeah,
right.
rematch. Yeah, and then beat the shit out of
And we
Madonna.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But so a real champ is going. Shout out to Roy Jones. He could
Mhm.
have skated from Tarver like, yo, I won. Move.
Right.
See, that's why people don't. You gotta salute Roy, cause
Yeah.
Roy with the weight drop, he could have just said no. I ain't
Yeah.
rematching Tarver. And
Right.
rematch, like real people gonna do that if it's a fight like that.
Hmm.
The real ones, the real ones.
Yeah. Even though that
Shout
was a
out to Floyd
bad
for
move
Roy.
for Roy at
Yeah,
that time.
that was the worst thing Roy Jones ever did was coming back down to lightweight. That was
Hmm.
the worst. That's what ruined his career.
Hmm.
But shout out to Roy because that's my favorite. So
Hmm.
I don't want to talk bad about him in that way.
Right.
But shout out to Roy, shout out to Floyd, shout out
Hmm.
to Roach, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to
Hmm.
everybody. And your boy Shakur, he better whoop to your female ass, man.
Oh, he
That's,
gonna
that's all I'm
beat.
gonna say.
He
Nah,
gonna.
he better win decisively because he want the big name. So he got to do what his boy Bud do when he get the big names and go to work. If he don't
Yo.
go to work and yeah, no more big names for him. Watch, it's gonna be a minute before he get another big name.
I'm gonna tell you now. Like I'm barely wrong, bro. I'm barely wrong when I make these predictions and shit like that. Shakur Stevenson in this fight is going to show why he's the upper echelon of boxers in his
I
division.
hope so. I
That
hope
boy,
so.
that boy is just too good, and he knows,
I
like,
hope so.
you know, because we gotta look at it again. People, styles make fights, right? And these
Yeah.
guys be wanting to fight each other, but a lot of times, that these boxers don't want to fight Shakur Stevenson because he's that good. So you gotta whoever you put in front, even though one of his last showings prior to his last fight, the last
Yeah, it
showing
was
it was like
Dookie, but he was hurt though,
yeah,
allegedly. So yeah,
allegedly horrible showing. He came back, he defended that and made it look good, and now he got a prime fighter. Now you're like, okay, I got somebody that got a
yeah,
little name. Watch what he do to that boy. Watch what he do to
yeah.
that boy. I think this is a bad fight for Teofimo. Bad fight. Bad fight.
This
Bad
what
fight.
Shakur needs though. He gotta take a page out of Bud Crawford book. Once you
Mm-hmm.
get the big name, you gotta whoop their
You got to
ass.
whip his ass, and he's gonna whip his ass. We're gonna
You
look
know?
back on this video and be like, "Yep, he was right again."
All right, bet. I'm looking
Uh,
forward to that. I'm looking forward to that. You know, we got the Diddy documentary, man. I mean, it was
mhm.
just good. What do I mean? I
Did you?
watched it all in one
Yeah,
day. I watched
yeah.
it all in one day.
Uh huh.
Remember, I told you to watch the joint. You gonna
You
ask me if I
did.
watched it? I told you to watch the joint.
Yeah, I was about to say, but I stopped myself. I remember you
Yeah.
watched it already.
I mean, it's a lot of mixed feeling because some people feel like, 50 is a hater. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of mixed things, and then you got the dude from Bad Boy saying about Diddy saying that Biggie to stay paid for the funeral. Then you got somebody from another Wallace camp saying that that's not true because they
Mm-hmm.
would have known, and so you got a lot of different sides, and so it's a lot of refutes and people's doing stuff with certain parts of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you know, who's to say? But I think overall, I think the documentary wasn't what I expected as far as what I thought 50 would have did. It chronicled his whole career and
Mm-hmm.
showed different aspects. So I think it was a well put together documentary. It had a
Mm-hmm.
lot of credible people talk in it,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Um, and I've seen another Diddy documentary too. I forgot if it was the one on Hulu or Peacock. It was one of them where they had Albie Shore and stuff. So Albie Shore wasn't in this one, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what it showed different things. But I think it was well put together.
No,
Um,
Albie was in this one.
but not the way he talked in the other one I'm talking about. He
Oh,
was
oh, oh.
talking like
Yeah, yeah,
in
yeah,
depth, like a
yeah,
lot, like
yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean. So that's why I was like, damn, I didn't realize Albie Shore's relationship with Diddy and
Yeah,
how
yeah,
Diddy took Kim Porter and that Albie Shore was supposed to be his man, and it
yeah.
was like a lot of it really dived into it and how he think Diddy tried to kill him, and you
Mm-hmm.
notice a lot of people original Uptown Records is dead.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it was a lot of stuff like, but this one touched on different things that other ones didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that the 50 Cent one that we are talking about, because I'll be sure one, let me, when we chop up, I'm talking about one that was previously released with I'll be
Right.
sure. The Diddy one that 50 did, I'll be sure is not in it like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it was well put together, and some stuff just gotta get ironed out because there's a lot of things being refuted. So that stuff gotta get ironed out. But
Mm-hmm.
it basically shows what people knew and thought, about Diddy not being the greatest dude, and a lot of other things, and it kind of confirms some things that Gene Deal been saying.
Yep. Shout out to Gene Deal. Yep.
He been saying a lot of stuff that was in there,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just you didn't just hear it from just Gene. Like I didn't. It's like damn, and it's coming in his doc, and it's like damn, Diddy really was hating on Pac, and
Mm-hmm.
because Pac was the dude. He was getting on the joints. He was
Yeah.
acting. He had the music. But I mean, you could speak to this more because you was a teenager
Mm-hmm.
about, and even though you like to hate on Pac, but just keeping it a buck about as far as like his aura at the time and what people thought of him. Like, speak to that
I
at the
mean,
time when he was living, not like how everybody started meat riding when he was dead. We're talking about like in real time. That's what I want you to get.
like I'm from Brooklyn, I mean, we from Brooklyn, right? So it's like, Pac presence wasn't like that. Like in Brooklyn, it was nothing but Biggie, Biggie, Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
Just like if Pac, you go to LA, you're gonna hear heavy presence of Pac in LA, because that's where Pac was repping. So, It was just a guy that, a rapper at that time when Biggie was alive that was just like, yo, people respected Pac, and he was on that thug life shit. But a lot of people that really was into it was like, Pac is not that dude, because prior to him going to death row, Pac wasn't making that type of music. He was only making that type of music once he got to death row. And it was like, yo, I'm thug, he had the thug life mantra, but the thug life mantra wasn't like, it was like
I understand
bringing
what you mean.
people bringing, the black community together and stuff like that. Then it turned
Yeah.
in when y'all was shook, thug life, nigga, you know what I mean? It's like it was a whole other narrative too.
Yeah.
So
Yo, you be getting tight, yo. You be getting tight. Yo, that's why I asked you that, because you be getting tight.
yeah, because I always say Tupac is the Brenda got a baby. That's Tupac, dear mama.
Yeah.
That's the Tupac. You know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, post that, it was, hit him up, and that ain't true, Pop. You ain't no thug, nigga. Like, you's a Christian boy that speak with proper etiquette. You ain't this thug, but that's what sold records, right? And he even alluded to that. He was like, it sells records, so if that's gonna sell records, I'm gonna do that. It's not a knock on him, but it's just that
Mm-hmm.
that wasn't his lifestyle. And because he was in that lifestyle and portraying that lifestyle, he had to seemingly live that lifestyle. But back to the documentary, man.
Yeah.
I mean, these are things that that if if you follow Gene Deal and you follow all the excerpts from people that talk here and there that you could search on YouTube and stuff like that, these are
Yeah.
things like 50 people are saying 50 put this out of spite. These are things that people that's in the know,
Yeah.
like a lot of the world
It
is
wasn't a
now
new
finding
stuff. It
out.
wasn't new
It's nothing
stuff.
new. This is
Yeah, it
stuff that
wasn't new. I
people
can
are
say that.
now finding out, right? A lot of the world is
Yeah.
finding out, right? But
Yeah.
this is shit that if it was like we all knew, but this is just now is put into the forefront on a Netflix documentary to the whole world for people to see. But a lot of people knew, was already on it. Joint about him killing Tupac with Keefe D. People been on that. People been
Yeah.
on him speculating about him getting Biggie killed in LA. Why is he bringing people been speculating on that when it even happened in '96? They was speculating on that. So that was there. People always throughout his tenure, there was always people coming out was talking about him back when the Lox was beefing with him on the radio. It was like, yo, give me my publishing back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, these are stuff with Black
Yeah.
Rob when it's passing, it was like, yo, publishing. Like, these are stuff
Yeah.
that everybody knew about Diddy that was in here, but because he was at the height of his career, shit was going away. Like, it would come out, go
Yeah.
away, wouldn't talk about it because Pac was, Diddy was still Diddy. Now that Diddy's incarcerated, he's not out to really defend, not even defend himself, but change the narratives here and there. Like, now it's just like, boom, in your face,
Yeah.
Netflix documentary. You see, try to do the cease and desist, can't do it. So now everybody's like, oh, shit. Oh, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, this is stuff that we already know about. And again, if y'all watch The Last Big Night by Gene Deal, he talked about this numerous times, even though it was about Biggie, but it had a lot of Diddy's demeanor and who he was as a person when he was talking about it. So, I mean, it was a great documentary, man. And when people look at it, 50 just executive produced it. He didn't have no narratives in the writing or how the footage was put together, none of that. So I want to clear that up because people think that, executive produced by 50, he had a little bread to put into it, and he was just a face behind the promotion of it, stuff like that. But the input on how it was created, stuff like that, 50 didn't really have no input on that. You know what I'm saying? The girl, can't remember her name that he did the interview with. She was the
Oh,
person that put
okay.
it all
Okay.
together,
Okay. I know what you're
and
talking
did all
about.
of that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I wanted to clear that up, for the people that's like, oh, because 50 is the name, right? The face that everybody sees. So everybody's associated with, 50 did it. But it was just stuff that we already know about. So, but it was a great
Yeah. Yeah.
documentary. And, Puff's an asshole. He's an asshole. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's an
Yeah.
asshole.
Yeah.
And
Funny thing.
it's
Go
crazy.
ahead. Huh?
We got to pause on this shit. Was it little Doc? What's his name? Little
Oh, I think it's Little Rod.
Little Rock. When he was like, yeah, man, I was sleeping in the bed. I went to sleep with girls and woke up and Diddy next to me and my ass hurt. whoa, pause, bro. Numerous times, pause, bro. Pause. Like after the first time you wake up and Diddy is next to
And
you
take
and
a
your
drink to
butthole
that.
hurt. That's the end of it. You like, yo, you gonna do a number, bruh, chill, bruh. That shit right there got to me. And they had to make him. They had it with him like looking sobby and all that. Like, bro, no, you did that to yourself, bro. You allowed yourself to get butt fucked, if that allegedly. You know what I mean? So I don't know about you, Little Rod. That's crazy. But yeah, man, if y'all haven't watched a documentary, great documentary, man, The Reckoning. It's a great documentary, man.
Yeah, man. And yeah, see, we got this Tyson versus Mayweather.
Yes, yes. They finally got a date. Well, they have a month. So they got it slated for March of next year. March of next year. Shout, what up, Jazz? Shout out to my no advisory co-host, Jasmine, like the flower in the building. What up,
It was
Jazz?
good. It was good. It was good, Jazz.
But yeah, man, exhibition fight, Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson been talking about this, trying to set this up for a minute. Exhibition fight set for March 2026, man. I don't know how I feel about it. I let you take the
Yeah,
floor first, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't really feel nothing about this, man. It's like, nah. You know, it's just okay. It's fun. All right. These two legends gonna fight, but it's, I don't see the point of two real boxers having an exhibition.
Right,
Like when Roy and Mike had the exhibition, it's like we wanted to see that in real time. Don't
right.
give us this shit, man. Nobody
Yeah,
wants to see y'all both old and nah. We supposed to get that. And that was supposed to be Roy fighting you in '03.
yeah.
We don't want to
Which
see
is in
this
his
shit
heavyweight
now.
phase, right?
We don't want to see this shit now. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So, and that fight fell through because I was watching something. They talked about that. The
Mm,
Tyson and Roy fight, it fell through. They were supposed to, they said when they was on the Source Awards together, it was
mm,
like, that's when they was in talks and
mm,
they talked a little trash. But so
mm.
it's like Mayweather and that's like something you do in a video game. Nobody
Right,
wants to see that, man. Mayweather and
right.
Tyson, like, yo, come on,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
I don't want to see
after
that.
that last showing with Tyson and
Yeah, I don't want to see this
Paul,
shit, man. I don't want to see that.
yeah, it's just, and I get
It's
it, it's
like
exhibition,
it's
and
whack
it's just
though.
like two legends, and
Yeah,
it's always going to be the thrill of the watch, right? It's like, okay, everybody is going to watch it based off what they did in their careers, not based off their ages and how they look now. So
yeah.
that's just basically what everybody's going to watch this fight for. It's slated to
Hmm.
be they slated to fight in Africa as well. So that's going to
Okay.
bring a lot of
So it's
money
gonna be
to
some money.
yeah, it's going to bring
Hopefully
some money
the
out there.
undercard is big. That's what. Hopefully that
Yeah,
undercard is like the real fights. Like you know.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's interesting to see who they're going to put on the undercard. That because that's going to put a lot of those boxers in the limelight because you got two top tier
Yeah.
name boxers. Let's say name boxers
Yes.
because obviously they are
Yes.
way out of their primes. But I
Yes.
mean, I say I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to end up watching it because
Yeah. Me
you
too.
know
I'm gonna end up watching it. You
for the
know.
thrill,
Yeah.
to see,
Yeah.
Tyson and Mayweather, imaginary fight, a fantasy fight per se, to see these two guys
Yeah.
box. But, it's just two way different weight classes,
Yeah. It's
two way different ages. Like,
yeah.
but I guess at the state of boxing now where it's at, right? It's like the big names not fighting each other. So it's like these
Yeah.
big names got to do exhibition fights to get these big what ifs, right?
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna watch it. But Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather slated to fight next year in March in Africa. So we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
how that goes.
And let's talk about, man. Listen, man. It was a big week in the NFL, but yo,
Uh
The Ravens. Listen, after this season, Harbaugh, you got to get out of here.
huh.
The reason why it's like it's not even a bad coach, but sometimes you just gotta change shit.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you've been there for mad long, you got a ring and stuff, but it's like, like if you want to look at it in the Lamar Jackson era, they had lost
Hmm.
every time. He might need a new coach, man. Might need a new coach because you got Derrick Henry, and like Derrick Henry may not even be there in a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
You guys trying to, it's like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can see Andy Reid. Philly was always making a conference championship. They made a super, like, they didn't win. He left, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you just got to know when to move on. He went to the Chiefs, now they did their thing, you know, like the Steelers. Like, yo, Duke been there for a minute. Yo, y'all might have to let him go. Like, for real. Like, I think sometimes it's just about, like, coaches, like Belichick, you know? Like, that's the only dude who was like, okay, you got the chips, then you went on a drought, then you got the chips again, you and Brady, then Brady bounced, and you couldn't do nothing. It's like, all right, you out of there. You know, it's like, you know, like sometimes that be the answer. Not all the time, but you know, we lost two big. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Finish up. This
we lost two back-to-back big division games. I'm pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
I actually just a mad Ravens fan. I'm pissed off, but you know.
So let me interject right quick, right? Because you brought up something that I'm gonna bring on and add on to my point when you say to get rid of Harborough, right? Now that is for me, right? And this goes down to anything, especially in the NBA, where these head coaches just get fired, like it's nothing. Right now, we gotta look at it like, is it the head coaching or is it the personnel? Right. And I say, is it the personnel just to that point where you said where Belichick, was winning. Then when Brady wasn't there, he couldn't win no more. You had the greatest quarterback to ever play the game on your team that was able to coach himself within a coach. Right. And let's go back to basketball where you had Phil Jackson. Right. Coach Michael Jordan won chips. You know, after Michael Jordan, he retired, he came back and coached Kobe Bryant, won chips. When Kobe left, what happened? He couldn't do nothing because he didn't have those caliber of players, right? So I look at it like, is it the coach or is it the personnel? It's easy to blame Harborough and say, hey, no,
I'm not blaming him though. I just said sometimes you might just need to shake it up.
The coach, you said
because I said it might be because you're not going to get rid of Lamar Jackson.
Right, but that's good to my point, right? Is it the coach or is it the personnel, right? Because the coach is not out there on the field doing the plays, right? Case in point, when there was we're gonna take it back to basketball for a minute when Paul Pierce was talking with KG and he was like Doc Rivers was calling plays and Rondo was like, nah, we ain't doing that, we're gonna do this play, right? And so you're as a player, you're seeing what's going on out there. The coach could call a play. Is either up to you as the player to execute that play or do your own thing. So if the coach say, hey, we're going to run, say, 1-5-Z, right? And then the player be like, I'm going to run 1-5-F, right? And then the player runs 1-5-F, throws the ball as an interception. Oh, why did the coach call that play? Or they look at it, Lamar Jackson threw that bad interception, but some people look at it. Why did Harborough call that play on that? He could have threw it to that, right? When Seattle went against the Patriots and they blamed it on what's the coach name? What was his name? Pete Carroll, right? Pete Carroll. Why didn't Pete Carroll do a running play? Who knows? Maybe Pete Carroll did call a running play, and they Russell Wilson maybe saw something different. Say, yo, I got this play here, and he threw it and got an interception. But we look at Harborough and not running it with Marshawn Lynch, right? So it's like the coach is always the easy scapegoat. Get rid of the coach, right? But you can bring in another coach if the personnel is not there, or if the personnel that you have is not listening to the coach's plays.
It's a good point.
Who's to blame?
That's a good point.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. No. Point made. I can't disagree with that. And then you got the Bengals. They're gonna beat us, and then they lose to the Bills. Clowns. Good for y'all, clowns. You know what I'm saying? Bills came back. That's the only time I was rooting for Josh Allen, baby. Let's go. Let's go. You know?
Chiefs.
Your 49ers. The Chiefs. Did they win? Did they win or lose?
They lost. Yeah, they lost.
Suckers.
They lost to the Texans. Yeah.
Shout out to your 49ers. I didn't know they was 9-4.
Yeah,
they doing their thing. Shout out to them.
Purdy in the building. Yeah.
I ain't going. I'm not. Yeah. You know,
yeah,
for real. Yo. I got you your best 49ers gear.
Yo, you did. Hold
The
on.
49ers jacket and the Kaepernick? Yo, come on. Hooked him up with his best 49ers gear, man. Got him the authentic Kaepernick. I got him the authentic Kaepernick and the OD Elite satin 49er jacket, man.
Throw that on right quick.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna get on you having a Bulls fitted on. I ain't gonna get on it. Yo, I'm gonna let you rock. Let you live. Let him live. Let him live, man. You gonna try to put the hat on the match now after I was gonna roast him.
We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, cause you was looking crazy on camera, you know. But yeah, you pictures up.
Right.
But yeah, shout out to your 49ers.
Yeah.
The Patriots is killing. Patriots is killing. The Jaguars is killing. The Colts. You see Phillip Rivers coming out of retirement?
Man, Colts, man. Daniel Jones, man, out for the season, man. That
was
hurts.
crazy, man.
Devastating,
I wanted to see what they was gonna do with him. You know, you're gonna call Phillip Rivers out of retirement. I don't know how that's gonna work, but damn it, man. Shout out to the Colts.
Yeah, man. Shout out, but they lost, you know, and Daniel Jones is out for the season. You know, so that's a huge blow, you know, for the Indianapolis Colts, man.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
Yeah, man. I mean, listen, what you call it? Football, I mean, it's up in the air, right? Philly lost too. Philly lost that
suckers.
So it's like you look damn, they suckers. God damn.
Nah, you know, I live with the Philly fans. They be fronting, you know what I mean? They be all in my face. Like, yeah, like, yo, chill, man.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
shout out to Philly, man.
The Philly, they lost 22-19 in overtime. You looking at these teams now, and it's like you knew who was the clear-cut favorites to like last year. You knew Philly was on fire, Saquon's on fire, Chiefs on fire. You knew yo, these two teams gonna meet in the Super Bowl. Now it's like, okay, you know, teams that we was looking at that was doing like the Colts, Philly, you know,
the Ravens, the
Bills,
that the Chiefs.
But Bills is still, you know, it's like
they're not playing like to the expectation because they're like what 7-5 or 8-5, something like that. You know, but you know,
it's like it's no clear cut who going to go to the Super Bowl type joint. Like which two teams is going from the AFC, NFC going to represent in the Super Bowl? It's like who, you know. So I think this year more so than none, it could be a team or two teams that we least expect to be in the Super Bowl this year. You know, because you know, except for we got the Patriots playing really well, but are the Patriots?
They played a lot of. I didn't realize they played a lot of bad teams. They didn't have a hard schedule. So
that's why I'm about to say, like, are the Patriots really that good? What they're
gonna have to show improve. They're gonna have to show improve. They have to show improve.
You know, then you got Denver. Denver is you know.
I like Denver's real they under the radar. It's like you doubt them, but they play big in them big games. You know, that's what I like about them.
Giants that year when they won the Super Bowl when they beat the Patriots.
I can see that. I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. Like, you know, they're not jumping off the page as favorites,
right?
But it's like, yo, there's something there. Like, don't sleep on that.
Like don't play the Denver Broncos, man. They're a dangerous, sneaky team. You know?
I see that. Yeah.
So I mean, it's listen, man. It's up in the air. For me, you know, by record, you will go by maybe like the Rams up there. Obviously, the Colts.
Shout out to the Rams.
They
won
really good
7 out of 8 smacking teams. Shout out to Matt Stafford too. I was watching something about them. Shout out to the Rams, man. Shout out to the Rams. Shout out to the Rams.
You know, it could be them, it could be Patriots. So it's gonna be good, man. I think this is gonna be an exciting playoff
postseason.
time. Yeah, for
Yes.
football to see, okay, which
Yeah.
team is going to get in there, you know. Shout out to
Yeah.
Buffalo in that snow game. They came back and won that snow game, you know, against the
Yes.
Bengals. So it's
Josh
like,
Allen, you
yeah,
my man this week. You my man
yeah.
this week.
You know, and I think if any year it was for this is the year for Josh Allen, you know, because
And
Chiefs is
If the Ravens could sneak in, because they're not done, because they still got to
mm,
face the Steelers and the Bengals one more time in the
yeah.
division. So they still got a chance. I ain't gonna if they get in the playoffs, like you said, Josh Allen, if Lamar get it, yo, y'all better make something happen.
Some got to happen, right? Right. And but shout out, we were talking about coaches earlier, man. Shout out to Tomlin, man. The Steelers are first in their division right now with an old ass Aaron Rodgers. Let's just put it out there. With an old ass Aaron Rodgers, they're in first place in the AFC North. You know what I'm saying? With a win over your Ravens that put them on top of the AFC North. I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? You gotta give credit where credit's due, man.
Nah,
Tomlin,
I'm not giving them no credit, man.
you got to, bro. He got a
Nah.
41-year-old Aaron Rodgers out there and got them in first
Oh,
place in their division.
let me ask you a question. Speaking about him. All right. Yo, I was at work, right? Dude going to ask me. He said, yo, who the most talented quarterback that you ever seen? Like, most talented. I was like,
That I
most
ever
talented?
seen?
No, yeah, so I was like, yo, Michael Vick.
Yeah,
Talent,
absolutely.
right? He was like, what? Oh, over Aaron Rodgers? I said, yes. And you said talented. I said, he like, yo, I'm like, he's like, Michael Vick's arm, he can throw the whole field. Nobody do what Michael Vick do with his legs. Like, so
Nobody,
the
no
arm and the
quarterback.
legs, so it's like, we talking about talent. I
Talent,
said,
right,
you didn't ask me who was the better passer, who's the best
right.
passer I've seen. You said most talented.
Talent, right.
You know what I
That
mean?
was
So I
no
wanted to ask
debate.
you that. Oh, okay, because he was looking at me like I was bugging, but everybody was looking at because you know how I get. I was in
Right.
there making him look crazy. So everybody laughing. And I'm like, yo, is this guy drunk or what? You
Yeah,
need a
what's he
water?
talking about?
I
Yeah,
said,
talent.
I went in the fridge, got him a water. Like, yo, you need a water? Like,
They must
he
have they
bugged.
must have forgot. Hold on
Yeah,
one
like
sec,
we
bro.
talking about, yeah.
It's in the freezer. They must have forgot
Yeah, we
who
talking about talent. We're not talking about the best. We talking about from a talent quarterback. Come on.
all you
Come on.
gotta do is watch the season in Philly when him and Jackson was on
Back,
the same team. Just
and
watch
yo,
that.
if Michael Vick was ever cared about throwing like that when he was on Atlanta, they probably would have won a ring
He
in
probably
Atlanta.
the winner ring. Yeah,
He didn't really
absolutely.
care about throwing like that in
Yeah.
Atlanta. He just was like running and doing what he wanted to do.
Yep.
You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah,
So it was almost
that right there shows the talent of Michael Vick. You know what I mean?
exactly. You
Mm-hmm.
dig? So all
Mm-hmm.
right, man. You know what I mean? We going, yo, let's talk about, man. Yo, LeBron been stinking it up a little bit this year, but that game against Philly was a fun game. I know a lot of people that went to the game from out here, and they was like, yo, that was a game. You know, Philly was lit, and Braun with them big baskets. It was, you know what it was? It was fun watching it because they're like an all-time great, and like
Right.
he was having a mediocre. I enjoyed watching the sequence, them big
Mm-hmm.
threes and stuff. It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch. And my man, they
Mm-hmm.
would show me recordings on the phone, like, yo, when
Mm-hmm.
LeBron made the shot, and then he was with the crown, he was hype. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that. It was fun. That
Mm-hmm.
was fun to watch. I enjoyed it a lot. What's your takes on that?
I mean, you know how I feel about LeBron.
Yeah, please
Um,
take the hater hat off for a second, please.
you know how I
Please. Can
feel
we just
about LeBron, man. And the only reason why I feel this way again is because he came to LA. If he would have stayed
okay.
in Miami
Okay.
or something like that, I
Or
wouldn't
Cleveland?
feel the way, or Cleveland, I wouldn't
Hmm.
feel the way I feel about LeBron. I just feel like he
Okay.
could have went to
Okay.
any other team, but why go to LA? But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah.
But in watching, like I try to watch some of the game
Hmm.
and to try to take it in, and then saw, and later on, the highlights with the threes and everything like that. I
Hmm.
mean, you got to give credit to the man, 41 years old, and then I don't know how
Yeah.
true not it is, but this is coming off that 8-point game, and I saw an
Yeah.
excerpt that said he scored 8 points to commemorate Kobe. I saw a quote. I don't know if that's true
Come
or not. I
on,
just
man. They
saw it
be
here, and
making shit up, man.
I was like, nah,
Nah,
I don't
nah.
think that's
Because
true.
he could have shot the ball and made the 10th point, but he passed. That's when I give LeBron credit. Because that showed he wasn't about records. Because he
Yeah,
passed the ball up for a better
made the
shot and
right
the
play
dude made it.
to
You know what I
Uchimara.
mean?
Yeah,
But
what's his
yeah,
name?
that ain't,
Mora. Yeah,
I forgot his name. But yeah, he ain't
yeah,
commemorating no
yeah,
damn Kobe,
Mora,
man.
Uchimara, something like that. Yeah.
People be
But
tripping, man.
but I don't know if that's true or not. That could have been something
No,
that
it ain't
somebody
true,
posted.
man.
You know,
Nah, that
so
ain't
but I
true,
just saw that.
man.
I giggled. I was like, oh, that was funny.
It
But yeah, man.
ain't
I mean,
true.
the man is 41 years old. I mean, with the way the game is played now,
Yeah,
for me, in my opinion, I think is easier for someone of that age if they are able to maintain their bodies and continue, because you don't even really have to play at a high level in today's game. If you got a jump shot, you are able to sustain in this league because this is a shooters league. You know,
yeah.
if you got a step back and a jump shot, you could get at least 15
Yo,
points in the league.
yo,
That's all you need.
them step backs be yo.
Did you
I
see the
didn't realize that
post
you
you put on
posted
the
it.
page?
I realized, I went on the page. I was because I saw it not on the page first. Then I was like, yo, I gotta put this on the thing. And then I went on the page and I seen it, and I'm like, yo, like this is this that I can't take this shit.
Like,
Eh,
how can you guard that,
Yo,
bro? The
the
boy took three
dudes,
step backs, like 4 steps, like it
it didn't step through.
pump fake, and then
Yo,
took another. So I was like, how
yo,
can
the
you
joint gave
defend?
me a headache.
Yo,
I was watching the joint. I was like this. I was like,
how can you defend that, bro? How?
yo,
How?
yo,
I
and
mean,
then there's like double stack. Even when I be playing ball, and then people be they be, I'm like, yo, what the is this, man?
it's extremely hard. So I'm like, that's what like today's NBA game. It is so
It's
easy to
terrible.
score. It's so easy to score. Like it's really is people are not they're not even having defensive schemes and stuff like that. They are just
No,
like go
no,
out there, step back and shoot threes. That's all the
yeah,
game has come to now. And it's
yeah.
so for a guy like LeBron at 41 years old, he's able to do that. He's there because if you see, he's
Like you
out there
said, just had to
shooting
develop a
threes.
jumper shot. Yeah, just you have to have a jump shot now, or at least
You
be able to make threes. I'm not
at
gonna say you
least
have to
be
have a
able to
jump.
make
You got to be able
threes.
to make threes. Yeah,
And you'll be all
yeah.
right in today's league because they don't call travel like that.
No,
You could pretty much do whatever the fuck you want now in this league. As long as it puts points on that board, yeah, bro, you can do whatever you want. You can do a double, triple spin, take 85 steps
yo,
like
bro,
Giannis and
yo, bro.
score.
That one was worse than the Giannis one to me, man.
Yeah, it's definitely well, ooh. Yeah,
Nah,
Giannis,
bro. He did like a 4 steps pump
he
fake. They took two. It was like, son, like you know how the Giannis one? It's like it's not, and like that one was so like blatant. Like yo, I'm gonna take 4 steps,
uh-huh.
head fake, then I'm gonna take the two, and it's like, son, what is
Yo,
this, man?
that was
That was
nasty
bad,
work. That was bad.
yo.
I saw that shit. I was like, "There's no way in the world that wasn't
It's
called." Like,
yo,
it's like we gotta like, what are the rules? Like, I really want to
yo,
go into. I want to really read into what the NBA rule book is as terms of steps. Because even when we posted the Giannis one, it was like the ball was still spinning in his
yeah,
hand, and
yeah.
I'm like,
Like
what? Like
y'all
what?
wilding right now. Y'all
Like
wilding
it's
right
like
now. Yeah, y'all
I
wilding. Y'all
don't
bugging.
what
They wilding
is
right
a
now.
travel?
Yo,
A
bro,
travel
they
was
they
three steps
bugging right
coming
now.
up, right?
Three
A travel,
steps.
3 steps.
Three
If you take
steps.
3 steps,
Yes.
that's a walk.
They bugging right now. Like
These
that's all it
niggas is
really
taking
boils down
six,
to, man.
7 steps, and they're like, no, because the ball is spinning, and then he got the gather. So you mean to tell
Yeah,
me
yeah, yeah,
he could
yeah,
get
yeah,
two
yeah,
steps
yeah,
before
yeah.
that, then the ball is spinning, he could take another 2 steps. Then once he gathers the ball, he's allowed to take 4 steps. Like, what are we talking about here,
Yeah,
bro?
it's just it's it's bad, man. Listen, y'all gotta get it together, man.
Get it together, man.
And then, yo, I see you put the Giannis and Davis trade. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm hearing that, they trying to push the Knicks to try to get him.
Trying to get Giannis?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like Melo was talking about it. Cause he it's like he said he wanted to come to the Knicks type of thing. But it
Mm-hmm.
was like, you know, and I feel Melo is like, yo, because they're gonna have to give up Towns. He's
Yeah.
like, listen, he like,
Mm-hmm.
listen. He would said if he could keep Jalen Brunson Towns, he like, yo, give up the wing. He like, it's a wings league. Give up Bridges,
Mm-hmm.
OG, and possibly Hart, and maybe a pick. He said, or if
Mm-hmm.
you keep Hart but give up but he like, yo, try to give up the wings before you give up Towns. He was saying, if
Mm-hmm.
you can do that and have them three,
No, but I think you got to get rid of Towns if you're going to get Giannis because of the
think
paint
so?
situation. Yeah, because of the paint situation. You know, even though Towns could spread the floor because he could shoot the three, so he don't necessarily have to be in there. But that is going to diminish Towns' skill set, right? Because he could play the post and he could give you the three. So I mean, it could work because he's able to shoot threes and stretch the floor. But I think if you want to get a Giannis, you're gonna have to give up a Towns. You know, because you're not gonna give up Giannis and just get a Hart or it's not an equal trade. You know what I'm saying? Even it's not an equal trade. So you're going to have to give up Towns or Brunson. You're not giving up Brunson, so Towns is the most expendable.
Not giving up Brunson.
So I mean, but if just look at it, I mean, I just think that when you trade for somebody,
right?
Domestic violence upstairs. Yeah, domestic. I mean, I'm not even gonna talk about it on here, but it's crazy.
Please, man, not on this, please.
Yeah, crazy. But you know, if you give up somebody, if you trade for Giannis, you're gonna have to give up another star. There's no way around it. You know what I'm saying? No way around it. So it's like, do you want to deplete a team that's already a good team with a great record and give up that chemistry just to get a Giannis, a guy who is not a shooter, right? And we are in a shooters league, right? So to give away possibly some shooters on your team, one of your stars, to get a Giannis, like it gotta make sense. And yeah, you say, yo, trade him and get Giannis, and then when you get Giannis, then you're like, oh, they gave up this person for Giannis, and then your team chemistry goes down and you start losing.
That's what Melo was saying, though. Did you hear Melo's take on it?
I didn't hear his take.
It was he's saying some of the reason he's saying the reason the Knicks ain't do the trade in the summer because he had just made the conference finals. He's like, they're like a piece away or a little. He's like, you don't want to break that up. And then with the East being wide open, you got to see what the team could do before you break up the team and the chemistry because they was right there. He's like, that's why the Knicks ain't do it in the summertime. Right. And that's why he was proposing stuff and like, different workaround. But you could tell it was like he's saying stuff that you said. That's why I ain't gonna cut you off. But it's like some of the thing that Melo was saying, like that, like, yo, like the Knicks did it, like they should have did it in the summertime. And he like, no, like the chemistry and stuff. He like, and the team just made the kind of like, he like, yo, chill, like, that's what messed stuff up.
Yep. Like, why would I can see if it's a team that is doing, they on a cusp, they doing bad, whatever, and they need, that other star to kind of come in there and kind of like just give them that boost,
Yeah.
Teams that's winning, like Knicks, Lakers, I saw Pistons in there, it's like I saw Spurs in there. It's like these teams are winning. Why would you give up a winning team, got their quarter, got their chemistry to bring in Giannis, who you gotta defer to, right? It's like, I know.
And give up a lot. And give up a lot to get him.
Yeah, like why
your whole team is gonna be different.
Your whole team gonna be different. Like I wouldn't do that. I would if I'm any team, good team, I'm not doing that trade. I'm not trading for Giannis. Like again, if you're a team that's like say if Giannis wasn't on the Bucks right now, they 10 and 15, what have you, right? Yeah, I would trade for somebody like a Giannis. Yeah, let me get this superstar in here. Maybe that give us a boost. We could build. Yeah, you do that. But if you're a winning team with a great chemistry, why would you do that? It makes no sense. Don't do it. It don't make no sense. The best team for Giannis to go to is Bucks.
Stay where you at.
Stay where you at. Force the team to build around you. Just like when Kobe was on LA and he was like, yo, y'all got to give me a championship team or I'm out. He was close to signing with Chicago, right? They read that story. He was a call to sign with Chicago. And what did LA do? Here comes Paul Gasol. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yo, and they tried it with Dame. They tried to get him Dame. That it semi worked. But Dame, that wasn't a place that Dame was comfortable going to. So you didn't really get a happy Dame. You got a content Dame Lillard over there. If you would have got a happy Dame, like if you'd have went to Miami, it would have been a different story for Dame Lillard. I think Butler probably would have stayed because you had an elite point guard. That would have changed the whole dynamics of the East. You'd have had Dame, Bam, and Butler on the same team. That was a contending championship team right there. So I think for you to get Giannis, is either like a free agent ordeal. Let him go over there as a free agent. You don't trade for Giannis, especially the type of player that Giannis is. Like if it was a Steph Curry type player, I would trade for Steph Curry because he's a game changer. She's a shooter. I would trade for somebody like that, and I would give up my Towns for Steph Curry. Yeah, go get Steph. But for Giannis, I don't know.
And you know something else Melo was like too? He was kind of like, it wasn't the same thing. Like they was like getting to now. He basically was like for them not to do like what the Knicks did when they got him type of thing. And he said it wasn't the same situation. The Knicks was a team on the rise at that time when they traded for him. He said this team just made the conference finals. Why would you like trade all these guys? So Melo was also like, yo, don't do that because y'all just made the conference finals.
Right.
There's no reason to be making such a drastic change like that.
Right.
And giving up the whole team and y'all just made it to the conference finals.
Absolutely.
And speaking about the Knicks, man, I know you're like, well, I picked this, but yo, that Larry Johnson 4-point play, yo, bro, I'm gonna go on record. That might be, and we both could attest to this in real time. The biggest crowd reaction in history. That's got to be like top 5. The way they even said it. The players, the shit shook. Yeah. Even Fat Joe when he talked about it, and he said him and Allen Iverson was at the game, and they was talking about like, yo, that 4-point play. That would have been like the reaction you would have thought maybe when Ray Allen made the 3 in the finals. Right. The Garden, everybody in unison. Yeah. Like, and when you look at the footage, yo, that's why I said I gotta talk about it because that's a big play that don't get talked about, like in real time. And when you look at the reaction, like, yo, when we watch finish, just look at it, you like, nah. You would have thought it was. You would have thought that was the finals. You would have thought that was the finals. Like that they won a championship. Like, and I remember Larry Johnson talked about it, and I remember, yo, Bill Walton is hilarious with the commentary. He was like, that wasn't a foul. Look at him. You know how he talked. He was running away from he's running away. Like, and it was like, because he bumped him, and Larry Johnson went through it and shot it. So it was like they didn't call it on the ground. And he made it, right? So it was and now you can see like it was dope seeing Anthony Davis talk about the joint and Larry Johnson, and then I was laughing because I didn't know he was Muslim, and he was to Allah. It's talking in the post commentary. Who, Davis? But Larry Johnson, yeah, and with the LJ, that play, like I was like, yo. You know how you remember a play, then you watch it, and I'm like, yo, this is one of the biggest plays ever. Like, the Garden, like, it was like, and then when you hear them talk like Allen Houston, they're like, yo, like, I never felt the Garden like that.
And you know why it was like that? Because, first of all, that 4-point play ended up them winning the game. That actually won the game for the Knicks. And you gotta remember series, game 3. Remember, they ended up winning that series to go to the finals. Remember, Patrick Ewing was
injured in game 2.
He was out in game 2.
So they thought it was a wrap.
They thought it was a wrap, and they was a number 8 seed. So they was like
facing a number 2 seed.
That shot was like all those things combined into that shot. And that's why the eruption and the reaction was that grandeur. Because it was like, and that was supposed to be the year that Indiana finally get to the finals because that was a shortened season. Mike had just left, retired, a shortened NBA season. Pacers like, this is our chance. Yeah, we can get to the Knicks. Knicks ain't got Patrick Ewing either. Yeah, but Sprewell, LJ, and Houston held it down.
And Larry Johnson in that game had like 25, 26. He made mad big threes. And it's crazy. Jalen Rose hit the ball. It almost got stolen. Larry Johnson, and it's like, damn, I gotta go. So that's why that play, that's a great play that doesn't really get talked about. Like not just being from New York. Look, no, in NBA history the eruption, like the Garden, the Garden, they went more crazy. It seemed like than when the Knicks went to the finals in '94 when they won the game against Indy. Even though Patrick Ewing, the crowd was hyping, he hugging the dude, but it's like the reaction on that. was insanity.
It's because, like, yo, if you look at it, if the Knicks lose that game, they possibly could lose that series.
They lost the home. They would have lost home court advantage. That's what Larry Johnson. They was like, yo, the game 3 is a big game because then we lose our home court advantage after getting a split in Indiana. And Patrick Ewing could have tied the game up in game 2, but he took a damn jumper and missed it.
Yeah,
but he was hurt. They know he was hurt, and like you
that
said,
would have put the Knicks down. And remember, that was a 5-game. That was a 5-game series.
7. That was 7 games. That was the conference finals.
Yeah, conference finals. Yeah, but that would have put them down in the series. You know, if they would have lost that game. You know, so that's a huge mentally. So like, that game is everything.
Let me ask you in real time. You was watching it. So, when you watching it, like what you like give me your play, like what you remember, like watching it, like.
I mean, even after all these years, because I watched it again just to relive that moment.
Yeah,
it was like the whole magnitude because of the way the inbound tip, like it was like a scurry to get the ball. LJ gets it, and it's like he had to heave it, kind of like I got to get this shot off. You know what I'm saying? So to do that, and then go to it was that was a big time shot. Like you gotta be one of those players to hit that kind of shot. A lot went into that shot. Like,
and it wasn't even meant for him. He couldn't get the ball to nobody. So it's like, imagine, it's like, damn, I can't get it to Sprewell in Houston.
Nope.
And it's like time running down. You're like, oh,
down, you look at the clock, you're like, let me. You know, and I know Davis wish he could get that back. You know, even if it's something that say
he did foul. He did foul him though. Yeah, he did foul him. Like before he got into the shot, but it was the continuation because he never dribbled it again.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that LJ made it. You didn't make him make it. It's like you did that and he made it though. So it wasn't like. Go ahead. You go ahead. Now you go ahead. You go ahead.
He said that was like one of the worst free throws he ever shot because he was.
Yeah, because it was like a slingshot. Like
Yeah.
Because Chris Childs had to get him like, yo, you remember Larry Johnson ran? Chris Childs is like, yo, you still got to make a free throw. Hold on. Calm down. You got to make the free throw. He was like, and he made the free throw. Yo, that was a moment right there, man. Like, I was like, yo, this shot don't get. That's why I said I want to talk about it because I watched a little documentary and it's like, that was a big
that was a big shot. Shout out to LJ for that one, man.
Yeah, LJ, throw it up. LJ, throw it up,
give man. That salute, man.
Heck yeah, my boy LJ, man. Throw it up.
Because I thought it was like an anniversary or something. Like, why the hell?
Nah, but we need to shed light on stuff like this because everybody ain't talking now. We gonna talk about the 4-point play,
right?
Especially being even though you ain't a Knicks fan, but you gotta give it up. That was big.
That was big.
You know what I'm saying?
Like New York
was on
that was a
fire.
Time New York was on fire.
Fire. Go New York, yeah. Yo,
I ain't gonna front. I'm like, we on the New York Knicks.
I even had Caden singing it. I was playing it. He started memorizing it.
Yeah, that was that was good times for New York, man. When the Knicks are winning, it's a great vibe for New York, man. When the Knicks is winning.
Yeah. Yes.
Shout out to LJ.
Yeah, throw them LJ. Love on that shot, man. You know what I'm saying? And who knows, when we chop it up, you might see this, man. We would love to have you on here, man.
We're gonna tag you in this, LJ. This is our invitation to you to come on 2 Cents and Change the podcast, LJ.
Yeah, man, LJ.
Get your ass on here and talk some basketball with us.
Yeah, man. Throw it up, baby.
Throw it up.
Yeah. And then, last joint for the day, man. You said best sneaker of all time.
Now, granted, this is very subjective.
Okay, yes.
It's hard to everybody. Vices is different. Styles is different. They taste is different. This is very subjective, But there are certain sneakers that people coined as the best sneakers of all time. I'm going to just run through the top ones that they feel are the best sneakers of all time, and then we're going to give our 2 cents on it. So one of the ones was the Converse Chuck Taylor All-Stars. They coined that as one of the best sneakers of all time. Nike Air Force Ones. They coined that as one of the best sneakers of all time. The Air Jordan 1s. They coined that as one of the best sneakers of all time. The Adidas Superstar. They coined that as one of the best sneakers of all time. and another one was a Nike Air Max 1. Nike Air Max 1. They coined that as one of the best sneakers of all time. So what do you feel is like your best sneaker of all time?
For me personally, like as far as that list, I understand some is just off the impact that it
Yep.
had and helping to progress the sneaker culture.
Uh-huh.
But Air Force Ones and Air Jordan Ones I could speak to for sure. I agree with, but I know Chuck Taylor's as far as the impact and thing. But me personally, I would Air Jordan 1 for sure. I mean the Air Jordan 11s. I'm talking about like impact things I've seen. Man, I mean, you can't. The Air Force Ones, I mean, it speak for itself. So, like I said, I agree with those. Man, yeah, I mean, those for sure. But like me, if I had to pick I would say my favorite. If I had to pick like my favorite shoe of all time, because greatest and favorite is different. I mean,
Right.
damn, man. I think they come back out again next year. I mean, I love those Space Jam 11s, man. I wore mine till they fell apart, man. You know what I'm saying? I think, like, and then also another personal favorite of mine is the Barclays. The CB94s, the purple joints, personal favorite. And the funny thing, those are one of the favorites, and that was like, as far as I remember, that was a birthday gift that Pops got for me one year. And it was the last thing that he ever got me. So they got a lot of value in that sense for me personally too. So that was a personal favorite of mine. But yeah, so that would be my 2 cents.
Now, again, this is subjective.
Yeah.
Those sneakers listed there as far as impact, yes, like especially the Air Jordan 1s because of the way the future, because that was the sneaker coming off the wave in basketball sense of the Converses, right? So they're like, what the hell is this shit? No, we wearing these Chucks, right? And if you look at it, Chucks were really not basketball sneakers. Like,
I don't know how they played ball in those. To be real. Them
shits had no.
I don't know how they did that.
It was, oh my God.
That's why all them is jacked up now.
Right, that's why. But
you know what I mean?
My personal favorite sneaker of all time is the Air Jordan 8s with the straps, the carpet tongue.
Yo, they coming back out with the Bugs Bunnies. You might want to be on the lookout.
Yes, those, and I remember I had those. I was holding on to those for dear life.
Nah, you was the dude. You was the dude. I can't front on you. You had the feet and all that. I ain't going. And you had them. You had all the joints. I couldn't wait to grow up and steal your joints. You definitely had the juice.
Life. I missed. Those come back out. Those got to be a must grab. To me,
the white ones is the ones that's coming dropping this month. The white ones.
Oh, the white. See, I like the black and red ones, but that's my colors. I love black.
Remember those came out like a couple years ago, so they're not gonna come back out. You know what I mean?
Those are my favorite.
Got you.
Those
okay.
shits are freaking incredible, bro.
Nah, they fire.
Yeah. And the Jordan ones is always going to get a nod, but for me is the
because
Jordan,
of what they That's why I'm like
Jordans, the infrared joints,
the sixes,
those
are my favorite Jordan right there.
Those are 1B for me. Those are 1B. The sixes is hard.
Those supposed to come back out soon too, like a reverse,
reverse infrared.
Yeah.
I was like, those two sneakers are on my wish.
I agree with you. That's what the Space Jam 11s. I'm like, oh yeah, those coming back. Like, oh, I gotta have
the Space Jams when they came out it made an incredible impact because everybody was on the black and red joints. Then the Space Jam, they're like those. They was like that was everybody wanted those. Everybody wanted those.
Yeah.
But those the sixes and the 8s. Those my favorite, to me, favorite sneakers of all time. You know, regardless if they was Jordans or not, it was just the designs on those. Those straps with the carpet tongue.
It's like they got that from the Air Raids, because the Air Raids came out before those.
The Air Raid came out before those, yeah. But it was just the way those sneakers was made, and they fit on your feet. Oh,
let me ask you this, because you know, what's your favorite colorway of the 8s? I like the aqua ones, the all-star ones. I like those ones the best.
Of the 8, now I gotta go with the black and red one, because those are my favorite colors.
The playoff joints. Okay, the playoff ones.
Yeah, I gotta go with those, because I love black and red. Those are like combined colors, black and red. Oh my God, they go so great together. So that's why I picked those. You know, the aqua ones is tough too, but those are not my colors. I don't like those colors.
I got you. Yeah, nah.
That's a subjective part of it. You know what I mean?
Nah, definitely.
But those are my sneakers, man. But you know what it is, man.
Episode 35, man.
Episode 35, man. Yo, we're nearing episode 40 soon, man. We gotta get a great special guest for 40.
We gotta get a special guest, and then, you know, and then episode 50 will be right around the corner. So that's when I probably gotta do the live shootout with Aunt Morrow. Episode 50. Be like, yo, the live shootout. Yeah, the live shootout. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Yo, Aunt Morrow, chill. Cause I want to try to get him while he's slipping.
I'm gonna come and join the party too. I'm gonna come and join. No.
Nah.
All right, man. So on that note, man, it's your boy C. McClain, man.
Nah, man, it's your boy Melly Mel, man. Episode 35 in the books, y'all.
35. We out. What up, GG?